if what you suggest happens, then imagine all the babies and children just thrown out on the street or in the trash dumpster. I see your, oh yeah, I see your point, but there are just too many sympathetic people that would take in these disposals. Well, we need that, you know. I would love to see people, you know, it's like animals. Instead of making a bunch more, let's take care of the ones we have, you know. We just got to start looking at what we have and kind of getting ourselves together. We're just so individual countries now, and there's just so much. I mean, look at down in some of these countries where they actually shoot, all the kids are running on the street. They have no parents. People are shooting the children just to shoot them. I mean, this is a sick planet. I don't know what else to say. We need this planet needs a good colonic, and then start growing fruit trees everywhere and herbs everywhere. Because, man, we got some sick places here. I mean, it's amazing. And the politicians are just, they need to get in the back of the line and go back to school again. And I think the best thing for a politician is to spend about 5 years on a farm. I guarantee you, any of these politicians, Obama, any of these wackos, go out there and spend 5 years on a farm, I guarantee you they'll make a much better politician. That's what needs to happen. Just like someone taking in a bird with a broken wing. I agree. If America sinks into a third world country, then you will see more. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It might just do that too. I don't know. See how they're trying to crash the euro dollar. This is where the World Bank's going to start seeing a little propaganda there about a one world currency. This is their opportunity. They've been working for this to then slip in a one world new currency. We'll see. You know, we'll see. You got these two powers pulling. You know. Maybe we should just grind up the unhealthy babies into dog food, then they just sell, as you say. Yeah, I mean, you could do that. I mean, that's what they do to cows. They grind these cows up and then give them to the other cows. I never heard of anything like that, where you take Down syndrome cattle and you grind them up and you feed them to the other cattle. Cattle that are herbivores. They're the furthest away from the ability to handle meat in their digestive tract than any other creature on the planet. You would never give herbivores proteins. That would be insane. That's why you see the hoof and mouth and all these problems. I mean, this is major toxicity there. I don't know. You know, we just, you know, it is what it is. But thank you, Global Awareness. Of course, soul, you can't grind soul up. You know, that's one thing. You know, it's hard to understand the difference between consciousness and then all these little states of consciousness that make up the human body. It's hard to see life from a higher perspective and understand that this is just really a mirage. This is really just an illusionary world of matter, thought, and emotions tied together that actually mean very little. You know, something to do for the Supreme Being out of the bowels of aloneness, I guess. But certainly it is activity and things to do. Some of us need some rest to be able to get enough to go on for another fun time in the OK Corral. Okay, let me see. This is where we ask questions. Absolutely. And this is Try With MS. Spiritually, I awake fully and present in the now. That may be humble to you then. Probably as a result of my physical diagnosis, so I'm thankful for that now, that I should probably get my body fixed up a bit. Yeah, probably help. Dan, Life Regenerator, for me to you. It's a pleasure to meet you, my friend. I have a number of physical conditions. The most serious is an inoperable cancerous brain tumor, most probably an astrocytoma, also multiple sclerosis. Oh boy, you got a whole package, don't you, my friend? Eczema. Well, let's take them in the order of their easiness. Eczema, MS, and brain tumors, in that order. How can we contact Dr. Morse? My friend, should be a contact number on there, but yeah, you're going to want to really visit the top of the mountain on this one, my friend. Call call us here and talk with you, or one of the or Jennifer will talk with you with this. But you know, if you got brain lesions or what, I mean, you're locked up here in the CNS, but you're also with the adrenals and kidneys. You can see your lymph system involved here. You can see your kidneys involved here. You can see your adrenals and the autonomic involved here. If you have brain lesions, you have any cerebellum issues, which is equilibrium, vertigo, it would just make sense that you could form a brain tumor from this real easy. Really want to clean up your bowels, though, and really get moving that way. If this is a picture of you, you're still standing maybe, you might be sitting in a wheelchair, whichever. Get up, get out, get that brain tumor out of there, get your body healthy. I'd really dive into this like diving from a high dive board and really tear this apart and get my body detoxed really powerfully, my friend. That's your only way that I know of personally that you can have success with this. I'm going to shoot a video on cancer, but basically it's going to be the same in terms, and we'll talk about brain cancers, but basically this is the lymph system. I mean, it's all location, location, location. The colon does have a blockage to the head area, so always work on the colon there. I would use lymphatic 1 capsules, stomach and bowel formula. I would do 2 kidney formulas, lymphatic 4 to start, lymphatic 3. I'd probably get more aggressive with the lymphatics after I see a little sediment in my urine. I'd probably go to 3 lymphatic formulas. I was just talking to a lady about that. Really kick that up a lot more, especially with the brain tumor out of there. You want a real good cold and flu-like symptom. You might want to candle your ears just to relieve some pressure up there and really get everything moving out of there. And then you'll be successful. Your lymph system is backed up big time. It's showing you this everywhere you look. And so hit this, my friend. You'll be successful. Don't take no for an answer. Understand why you got the tumor, how it's correlated with the MS and the eczema. See how that all correlates, particularly the eczema and the lymph system, and tear into this, my friend, and you'll be well. We'll be glad to help you for sure. I mean, don't sit there and take these things, or stand there however you are, and get this out, my friend. That's why I love testimonies. A little cautious with that, you know, right now, but still good for you there. Dave Wood, Indiana Banana. Dialysis. I know several on this hideous treatment. How do you coach them off of it? Good question. Well, you're going to see a lot more on it, let me tell you. I mean, the kidney failure, you guys are getting on the top and in front of in the line. Let me tell you, you guys are in front of the line when it comes to the awareness of kidneys in the lymph system, because it ain't out there. And you can prove it every time, as you guys are doing. So now they have to come up with their theories to match what we know to be true, what we see. This is what we see. When your kidneys start filtering, you see the sediment, and your lymph tumors go away. We see this. You guys are seeing this. So now they have to come up to that. And you have a whole world that has to come up with that. And you're seeing this, like Indiana Banana saying, you're seeing kidney failure all over the place. And so this is really key. This dialysis is a very toxic experience. And you just really have to tear in. And you know, the trouble is now, when you go on dialysis, now you see your potassium and your phosphorus having all kinds of problems. So then they tell you to eat protein. It's like protein, and you're worried about your phosphorus. This is an insanity issue. When you're on dialysis, if you're self-urinating, boy, you're in the best position you can be. If you stop urinating, you've got to get urinating. And dialysis kind of stops you from urinating. So it's like, oh my God. So it's a toughie, but you can get off of that. If you're self-urinating, I would move myself off of diet. If it was me personally, I would be getting away from there, particularly if I was asymptomatic. I wasn't sick. I didn't feel toxemia in the blood. I didn't feel that way. Are you kidding? Forget that. I would get my kidneys filtering and go right on down the line, because dialysis is a toxic experience. And sometimes people get trapped on it. I've had people tell me they were peeing until they went on dialysis, and as soon as they started dialysis, they stopped peeing. What's that? I don't know, but we can't have that, because you can't stop peeing. You've got to start peeing good. I know I had this one lady, she's, I don't know how she's doing now, but she's been on self-dialysis every day since she was 12 years old. and she had urinated, and we were talking about kidneys, and I did her eye, and I said, your kidneys look pretty good, but your bladder is degenerative. You have a bad bladder. She said, you know, one medical doctor told me years ago that it wasn't my kidneys, it was my bladder. That was a smart medical doctor. So I don't know how he determined that, but he was a smart guy, because that definitely was what the camera picked up too. Big time bladder, but she wasn't urinating at all, and hadn't been since she was age 12, and she was 20-some when I met her. Overweight, sick all the time. She lost her weight, feels good, and she's ongoing. I don't know how she's doing now, but you know, people can't stay with you for years. I mean, it's unaffordable, and we've helped her out as much as we could, and she was kicking butt. No more sickness, no more. I mean, this lady was doing incredible. She was starting to pee again when I lost contact with her. That's what I want to see, is someone that wasn't urinating since they were 12 and they're 26 or something and now starting to urinate. That's what I want to see. That's regeneration, and that's what we're about here, this YouTube, is taking these people that are suffering and making them well again. Because allopathic isn't about that. This is our field, this is our consciousness, and if they want to come in and enjoy this level, then let them, absolutely. But don't bring your allopathic thinking in here. We leave that behind. That's okay for over there, I guess. This is always in the now. I love that. I love your picture. I love that. Quick question. I've been detoxing with Raw for 9 months and on the herbs for 2 months and taking pictures of my iris for the last 3 months. All right. Trying to see the changes. Well, takes a while to get the iris to change. You're not going to be, I mean, I'll say that, but I wait for about 6 months to a year and see how the lymphatic system is. If you're really hitting it hard, sometimes if you do it too quick, the lymph system could look worse, only because when you start moving the lymph system in your body, you start moving it in your eye, and your eye can actually look worse, and it's not really, you're moving lymph. So don't get too frustrated with that, but a year from a year from a year from a year, you should see major changes in your lymph system in the eyes, big time. And if you have strong constitution, your genetic lesions will start sewing up and disappearing. Especially within 6 months, you should see that. Yes, yesterday I was able to see a huge difference. Look at that. She's already seeing a huge difference. But to me, it seems worse. See what I'm saying? No, this is detox. This is when you start moving that lymph, the eyes can show like the lymph is worse. It's not worse. You're moving lymph, trust me. I've seen that myself. I'm going, oh, you're not doing any better. This looks worse. I've been through that a lot, and I realized, no, we're moving lymph. So it will clear. It will clear. So hang in there in the now. I had slight red around the pupil in the bow area in the beginning, but now it's much darker and the redness spread. Well, you're moving it. You're moving lymph. Got to get it filtering through your kidneys. See how you're moving lymph? You're probably pulling it to the lymph nodes and then out the kidneys. So you're going to see that between 10 and 2 o'clock. I had my tonsils removed when I was 5, so I guess my head area doesn't drain easy. Right on, sweetheart. But what does all this new red? You're just moving it. You're just moving it. That's all it is. You're just moving it. You're doing good, though. When you're moving it, you're moving it. It's these spots can stay stagnant in your body for years. And let me see, I have my tonsils removed, but what does all this new redness mean? Is it a part of the Yep, it is. You're moving, you're doing good. We got someone, they're online? Okay. Okay. Thank you so much from New Zealand. Go always in the now. Love that picture. I've got to run, but I'm going to keep shooting this off and on throughout the day to catch up on your questions. I don't think I can catch up on these, but I'll sure catch up on those. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks, Drew, for helping. And I'll be with you again soon. Hang in there. Thanks so much.